Hi there. This tutorial is to add a chat trigger that will make an image appear directly on your stream. First, you must have MIXITUP downloaded, installed, and added as a source in OBS. If you have not done that, please pause this video and go do that. If you are new to MIXITUP, you're probably feeling very overwhelmed as the average person does not know how to do anything at all with MIXITUP. But rest assured, it's easier than it seems, and if you take it slow and just learn one thing at a time, you'll be an expert in no time. Now for the tutorial. I'm going to go to this menu. We're going to go down to Commands. As you can see, I have several categories, and each has countless commands. Categorizing is important so that you can find the commands that you're looking for later on. It may not seem as important when you only have one or two things, but as you're continuously adding to this, eventually it'll get overwhelming if you don't keep them in categories. When I first started, I didn't realize the importance, so I have all these ungrouped ones, which luckily are just images. So basically, for me, ungrouped means images. Anyways, this should be empty for you unless you've already added commands. You're going to go down here to click New Command. For this tutorial, I'm going to make a twerk image. You can name it anything that you want to name it. Basically, the name is something for you to know exactly what this command is. So, like, you don't want to just name it some random number because you're never going to remember what all the random numbers mean. So I am just going to name this twerk, so I will know it's the twerk image. Now, command group, this is where you see these groups over here. You just type in whatever. Like, if say you want to make a new group, type in whatever name and add that there. And it'll automatically make a category when you're done. For the chat trigger, that's going to be what word do you want to trigger this image. I'm going to keep it simple and just put twerk. It is not caps sensitive, so it doesn't matter if you do it lowercase, capitals, whatever. Now, where it says auto-include the exclamation point, this will mean that when somebody wants to trigger this, they are going to have to type exclamation point twerk for it to work. For this, I actually don't want that. I am going to go with wildcard. A wildcard means they can simply just type twerk and hit enter. Or they could type something like, I love to twerk. And then because they use the word twerk in their message, it will still trigger it. So this will be, you'll choose between these two based on how you want it to work. For different things, you might want different ways. You're going to ignore the unlock command because it says to use with caution, and I'm not advanced enough to know what that means. Over here, you're going to go to the user requirements. For streaming platform, I just ignore that, but like if you use both Twitch and YouTube, you might want to specify. I go down here to where it says role. I pick subscriber to keep this as a perk for my subscribers. But depending on what you want this trigger to be for, maybe you want everyone to use it, or just your followers or your regulars, moderators. Streamer means only you. But again, I'm going to pick subscriber. I'm going to go to this little clock icon. Here is where you pick the cooldown. I'm going to go with just 20 seconds because I have a small viewer count. If you have a larger viewer count, probably going to want it to be longer, or however often you want it to be able to be on your screen. If you don't put a cooldown, it can end up being spammy. Now, down here at the bottom where it says action, you click it, there's a whole list of things. You can either scroll through the list and find where it says overlay images and videos, or the way that I find easier, I click this, I type O and hit enter. It automatically does it. Now we're going to click on this plus sign. That'll start the code for the command. Where it says text, we're going to change it to image. Ignore where it says default. For image path, you're going to click browse, find your image. And then you want to be careful when you do the sizes. So you want to look at your image. Like for this one, it's 190 by 428. You want to try to keep that ratio. Otherwise, you're going to end up stretching and distorting your image. You can do estimated. Like I want this to be twice as big. So I'm just going to say 400 by 860. It's close enough. Now, where on the screen do you want it to appear? Like, whatever square you pick here is where on your screen the image will be. I'm going to just go ahead and put this one right in the middle. Over here, you're going to select your duration. How many seconds do you want this to stay on your screen every time somebody uses the command? I'm going to just go with 8. Personally, I feel for shorter things, you want like 2 to 4 seconds. I think 10 seconds is kind of long. But it's all your personal preference, and depending on what kind of image and why you want it there, you may want it longer. For the entrance and exit animations, I always do fade in and fade out, just so it doesn't just like, bam, there it is. I like it to have a little flow to it. But you could also play with these, find the one that you like. It's completely customizable. If you're not sure, you can select some, and then you can go down here to test command. And like, there's my image. If you're happy with that, just click on save, and you are done. So when somebody types twerk in chat, it'll automatically pop up like that. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me, and good luck.